Hey, you found the Sales Hunter podcast. My name is Mark Hunter, and I want to talk to you right now about how sales is not about goals. Now, you think you know what I'm going to say, but let me tell you something. It's not at all. Stay tuned. The show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Okay, now you know me when I say sales is not about goals. Okay, I know Mark. You're known as the Sales Hunter, and you're all about people. You're all about helping customers. You're all about helping people see and achieve what they didn't think was possible. And that's probably what you mean. No, that's not what I mean here by this. What I mean by here right now today, how sales is not about goals, is because I want you to stop focusing on your goals. I want you to rather get serious about your activities. You see, here's the whole thing. I see too many people right now. We're coming up on the end of another quarter, and I don't care what quarter of the year it is, but I see salespeople. They always sit there and they rework their numbers. They rework their goals. They somehow think that if they just rework their numbers, they're going to somehow achieve their numbers. False. We can realign them all we want. We can sit there and plan all we want. We can spend all day thinking about how we just need to get more information. But it's the activities. It's the activities we do that are going to drive our sales results. You see, here's the whole thing. Look at any sporting team. I don't care what it is. They want to put points. They want to win the game, right? I get it. But it's the plays they run. It's the activities, the things they do. And here's the thing in sales. It's about the routines that you have. You see, I see too many salespeople. What they do is they get caught up in the big thing. They get caught up in the big picture. And they fail to realize that sales is a large number of fundamentals done routinely well. In fact, you could say it's mundane. It's mundane activities that are going to win the day, because that's really what I find happens in sales. I talk to top performing salespeople all the time, and they tell me this very common thing. They say, hey, our job is very boring. Our job is incredibly boring because it's literally doing the same thing over and over again. It's the repetitive nature. You see, when we focus on the goals, we tend to focus on the big picture. And I get that. But we have to realize it's the mundane activities that we have to be doing every day. And the questions I'm going to really ask you is, are you consistent with the number of conversations you have each day? I mean, are you consistent with the number of customer conversations you have each day? Are you consistent with the amount of prospecting you do every day, every week? Are you consistent with your sales process, or do you even have one? You see, it's about consistency. Just the other day, I ran my first half marathon. Now, it's been on my bucket list for a number of years to run a marathon. But you don't just step up to the starting line and take off and run a marathon. You've got to step your way into it. You see, what I had to do was I had to first complete a half marathon because of conditioning I was doing to get myself ready for that. And now I can begin to move forward and take to my next step. You see, my goal might be to run a marathon, but it's the activities I do. It's the daily routine of working out. Salespeople, this is what I want you to ask yourself. Are you focused on the activities? Do you even know what activities you need to do? Now, here's the whole thing. I share this with salespeople, and they're very quick to say, oh, I need to get more information. I think you have enough information. What you're failing to have is execution. This is like myself getting ready to run a marathon. I can sit there and I can go out and look at all kinds of websites, and I can read all kinds of books and so forth on how to run. But I just got to get the shoes on and go out and run. I got to go out and do it. And it may not be ugly at first, but then over time, it gets better and better. This is the same thing with how we succeed in sales. Every top performer has a set routine, and they do not deviate from it. You see, sales is not about goals. Sales is about the activities. Now let's bring this back around to tie into really where I put my focus on sales, and that is about people. You're right. Because I know it's a very specific number of conversations I have to have every day. It's a specific number of meetings I have to have every week. It's a specific number of events I have to have every week with customers, with prospects, with people I'm connecting with, referral partners, whoever it might be. But I've got my metrics and I stick to it. And I know that if I do that on a regular basis, I'm going to achieve success and I'm going to achieve my goals. So here, as we stand at the end of another quarter, I'm going to challenge you. Don't rework your goals, rework your activities. And that's how you'll achieve your numbers. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. You've been listening to the Sales Hunter podcast. Each week, 2 episodes, one a short one like this, and second one, a longer one with a subject matter expert. Why? Because I want you to be able to see and achieve what you didn't think was possible. Yes, you too can become the greatest salesperson ever. But it starts with the activities. Because when you do that, you'll be able to help your customers see and achieve what they didn't think was possible. To me, that's sales. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Thanks so much. Great selling.